COS people. They know how to charge us. You know, I love how they just slap on the money like that and say, this is the price. You guys, this trench coat has this like bat wing detail when you open your, oh my. Hey guys, welcome back to the Power Closet, a space for perspectives where conversation meets style. If you're new here, hi, what's up? What's poppin', lockin', droppin', stoppin', rockin'? My name is Tumi. I make all sorts of videos from fashion, conversation, lifestyle, and everything in between. Why, hello people. I hope you guys are enjoying the bi-weekly uploads on YouTube because I was gonna say I'm really enjoying it. I am enjoying it, but woo, it is a lot of work. Thank you so much for all of those who continue to, you know, subscribe, comment, really engage with my content. It means the world. Thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now, do you guys know that I am also present on other social media platforms like TikTok, Instagram, that kind of stuff? If you like short form content and you want to get a different side to me and like just see all things from fashion, lifestyle, same kind of good stuff, and of course like luxury stuff, which I know you guys really enjoy, please do follow me on those platforms as well. Now in today's video, I thought it would be nice for me to do a video I feel like you guys really enjoy on this platform. You know, we've done the best things in COS, the best things in Zara, and I did a COS one last year, so I thought it would be nice for me to do an updated COS one for spring this year, because I mean, like, I really am like a COS girly. I love COS and Massimo a lot, so picking out nice things from them is always something that brings me joy. But because we have quite a bit to get through, enough with the rambling, let's just jump right into it. So starting off strong, I saw this incredible cord set on COS. They have it in pistachio, in navy, and in black. Now the one that I actually like the most is actually the green one. I feel like it is so tasteful, especially for the spring season. I feel like it's very pro spring. The black is also very clean and very chic. It would also be really good for like an airport look that is still very clean. Or if you want to run errands and you don't want to do the most, just want something very chic, very simple. You put on your earrings, your hair is looking laid, your shoes are clean, and you just wear a jacket. I love a good cord set. I feel like it's the easiest way to look put together without trying. Now, if I were you and you really like the green one or the navy, I would sign up for COS's notifications, because there are so many times where things are sold out, but it actually comes back, albeit at a very random hour, but it does come back. So definitely sign up for, you know, notifications, and that should come back in stock. But if you like the black is readily available, so definitely go for that. The second item is a regular t-shirt. So this is striped. I think it's beige and navy striped. I really like this because I feel like this is very quintessentially spring. I actually have this in my wardrobe. So I ordered this from COS a few weeks ago, and I like the quality of the fabric. It's very heavyweight, very sturdy. The way I want to wear it would be with jeans, a belt, a trench coat, and some flats, like very chic, very casual. I don't want to look like I'm doing the most. It's very effortless. And I think there's just something about like stripes in spring with like jeans, sunglasses, you know, the whole vibe. Yeah, it's very spring, very cool. And another thing that I really like about this is it is 30 pounds. It is 30 pounds, so you can't go wrong with something like that. Next, we have this green dress. It's this beautiful green dress, and it retails for 115 pounds. Now, the reason I like this is the detailing. So the ruching on the belly, the open back detail, it looks very airy and breezy. Now, if you live in a place like London where the temperature today, like for example, today it's 18 degrees, tomorrow it's going to be raining. But on the days that it is 18 degrees and somewhat hot with a lot of sun, you can wear this kind of dress with just some shoes, kind of, you know, getting you into that summer mood without it being extremely hot. Now, if you want to be a little bit more cozy or warm, just pair it with like a trench coat and you're good to go. But I really like the color of this. Now, price wise, I feel like the price is very appropriate for COS. Like this tends to be their price point anyway. Now, the thing I want to speak about with respect to this dress is the next item, which we're going to do now. The next item which I want to speak about that I have been literally gagging to tell you guys about is the cuff. Now, COS released this cuff in gold and silver. I don't know if it was last year or early this year, but the moment I saw it, I was like, this is going to be a steal. Now, if you know anything about me or you follow me on other social media platforms, you know that I love jewelry so much. And of course, I managed to buy both. So these are the COS cuffs. I actually have both of them. So I got it in a size extra small, which is this one. And then I also got it in the medium to large, which is the bottom one. I literally got it in those sizes because I think those were the last two. And funny enough, it worked out perfectly because I want to stack them. You don't need to stack them. You can have one on either arm. Now, if you look at the last last dress I showed you guys, do you notice that she's stacking them and it adds something to the outfit? That's something that I constantly speak to you guys about. Not everyone may necessarily have money for, you know, Elsa Peretti. So I feel like this is something that has been super popular in the last couple of years. The bone cuff by Tiffany & Co. They've been doing that. It is very, very gorgeous. I feel like the sterling silver one retails for about £1,800. I'll clarify and put the exact one along with pictures on the side. And don't get me wrong, I love the Elsa Peretti. I think it's beautiful. It is something that I would love in my collection. But I've also been very open about the fact that I do love like high and low. If you don't want to wear Elsa Peretti or you don't necessarily have the budget for it right now, these kind of pieces can enhance and take your outfits to another level without you paying like a crazy amount of money. It is not the cheapest still because each one was £55. So all in for both, I paid £110. Did I get my math right? Yes, £110. But I love them. They're so, so, so beautiful. Since we're talking about jewelry, I also want to show you the other one I recently picked up. This is not from COS. It's actually from Massimo Dutti. It is this stunning cuff with a bit of a jewel on the center. I feel like it is incredibly beautiful and I can't wait to wear it for like, you know, events and whatever the case may be, just like as I'm going out. It's just so chic and so stylish. And I'm loving the fact that I can stack these. Now, I feel like someone is going to ask me about sizing. Truth is, I feel like I have very small hands. So extra small is the one that sits without it, you know, sliding off my hand. The medium to large is a teeny bit, you know, I feel like it could come off from the sides of my hands pretty easily, but nonetheless, I like both of them because it allows me to have the stacking effect seamlessly. The next item is another dress. It's a plissé dress that is gold and beige, or champagne and beige, and it is £225. Hey! My COS people, they know how to charge us. You know, I love how they just slap on the money like that and say, this is the price. But this is why I like them. Like, they don't even play when they're asking you for their money. It's like, give me my money. Don't come and start asking me to reduce it. If you want a reduction, go to the sister brand. But I mean, it's very, very COS. Like, I think this is such a COS price. £225 is pretty steep. But when I saw this dress, I thought this dress was stunning. Now, the reason I was even drawn to it is because it reminds me of a dress I actually already have in my wardrobe. And it's this plissé dress from Massimo Dutti I got last year. It is in white. Is it white or ivory? I think it's more white. I actually haven't worn it yet, but you guys, the quality of that dress, like I can't wait to wear it this summer because I don't know why I didn't wear it last year. Maybe it was just super rainy, but that dress is breathtaking. It is such a statement, but I love the plissé detail and the pleating because I feel like without doing much, you're doing a lot. Like it's so effortless and it really is super tasteful in the simplest of ways. Like you're not doing the most, but it's still looking super effortless and really, really chic. So I really like this dress. I think the two-tone detail is also absolutely fantastic. The only thing I don't really like is the price. But if you think about something like this on a hot spring day or an even hotter summer day, I feel like this is absolutely fantastic. The next item will be none other than barrel leg jeans. If you've been following my channel for a really long time, you'll know that there is a particular style of jeans I tend to be somewhat partial towards, and it is none other than barrel leg jeans. I feel like for certain body types, or even just, I don't want to say all body types, but for a lot of people, the jean can be incredibly flattering. My favorite pair are actually from a Goldie. They're called the Luna Pierce jean, and it is incredible. When I saw this one from COS, the thing I loved about it was actually the detail at the back and the wash. So it has a contrast stitching in white, and I was just like, this is so cool. However, I will send out a kind of like caution to girls that are about 5'7" and above. I'm actually 5'7", and unfortunately, a lot of times when I try some of COS's jeans, they don't go all the way down to my ankles. So it kind of looks like it's jumping and I'm like, where is the rest of the material? So this is one where if you're taller, so if you're 5'7", 5'8", I would advise that you actually try it on because it might come out looking a little bit crop, and we don't necessarily want that. Of course, with the Goldie Luna, it hits me right on my ankles, which is the perfect length. That's what you want with this kind of trouser too. You don't necessarily want it 5 inches above your ankles. That doesn't sound quite right. That is giving more of a capri trouser. So that's not the vibe. But I think the jeans are incredible nonetheless. Price point, £115, which is, again, it's very COS. I feel like normally their jeans are more around 80, 90. So this one is a little bit more, but I'm guessing it's because of the additional detail at the back and also the structure of the jean. The next item is something very like retro, and I feel like it even a little bit different from what I would typically choose. And it's actually a leather jacket. Now, if you know COS, how much do you think they're gonna slap on for this? This retails for £400. Now, the reason I love this is just because I feel like a leather jacket can do a lot of talking with you, a lot of talking for you in terms of your outfit without you trying much. If you think about this kind of jacket with like jeans, a shirt, and just some shoes whilst you're going along in the spring day, it would be such a nice outfit, very effortless, very chic. If you're also someone that is a little bit more, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? I was gonna say like a little bit more retro. I don't want to say tomboyish, but more cool girl. Yeah, cool girl in your style. This is something that could be very, very, very tasteful and very nice and a bit different. I don't actually own a leather jacket anymore. I used to have one ages ago, but I sold it. I remember gagging over another one that COS had 2 months ago, but now it's completely sold out. So this is a great alternative. You guys, this trench coats, oh my goodness, I saw a lady trying it on TikTok. It's a cape trench coat in rust, and it has this like bat wing detail when you open your, oh my god, this one is incredible. It is £110. Now, I actually feel like the price is actually pretty good. It just looks so beautiful. I feel like this is one of those situations where the coat is also pretty much the outfit in a sense because of the color, like the rust detail, the way it is structured, and the tailoring. It's not just like a regular trench coat. The bat wing effect and like the cape effect just makes it so much more chic than a typical cropped trench coat. I really like this one. If you have a collection of trench coats that are pretty classy, or I don't want to say classy because this too is very classy, more classic, this would be a nice addition because it's like classic with a twist. So you're getting cropped and you're also getting a cape, which is a little bit different from the typical trench coats that one would have. Like for example, if I wanted to add like a short one that was a little bit different, I could go for something like this. The next item is a short jumpsuit. This retails for 115. Why am I doing my hands like that? Sorry, I forgot I was filming. This retails for £115 and is in black. You know, COS's palette is so interesting. They literally stick to black, beiges, and then once in a while they'll have a pop of green, a pop of rust, a pop of yellow, a pop of this. But their palette is so neutral. The reason I like this is it's very effortless. Very effortless. I don't like clothes that are fussy, where I have to think so much about how to wear them. I just want something that is super effortless. And I really like this jumpsuit. If you think about it, with like shoes that have a little bit of a strappy detail, what on earth am I trying to say? Okay, I'm going to show you some examples. So for example, the Row jelly sandals, or the Jill Sander cage sandals, or the Alaya cage sandals, or the Alaya mesh flats, or I would even try and find some high street options on the side, you know, mesh flats, or like shoes that have a little bit of a perforated detail. I feel like this jumpsuit would be perfect with that, absolutely perfect, and it would look extremely sensational. Like, it would just be super chic. If you also stack it with things like this, so your bangles, your jewelry, it would just take it to a whole new level. Next on our list, we're looking at the bubble mini skirt. Now, if you remember COS, this was a hot item from last year, but the one from last year was a little bit longer in length. I wonder why they call this mini, because in my opinion this still looks like a midi, but hey, I'm not the one that named it. I feel like this is incredible. The price is £95, which is a little bit lower than the other one, which retailed for about 110 or 115. But again, I have the other one. I actually have this in my wardrobe, and it's an incredible skirt. I'm actually curious if they use the same material as the last one, because it looks a little bit different on the website, but of course this is something that I would have to buy to be able to know if it's different. But nonetheless, the volume in terms of the skirt just looks incredible. I don't want to say I'm tempted, but I might be tempted to buy this one too, even though I'm like, to me, you do not need the same skirts. You don't need the same skirt twice. That is a little bit ridiculous, but we'll see. For now, I haven't committed to buying it, but I do think it is a fantastic skirt. With these skirts like this, think of it with just like a button-down shirt, some flats, maybe a hat if you want to be somewhat, you know, chic, a trench coat, or like a short coat. Like, it would look so nice with a lot of things. I know these kind of skirts can look a bit fussy, but you'd be surprised. They're actually the most effortless things to style. Like, with a normal t-shirt, with a button-down t-shirt, it looks really great. It also looks pretty good with a crop top, obviously, because of where it would hit on your midriff area. Now we move into more accessories. So I saw these earrings that are mismatched earrings from COS. I actually really like COS jewelry. I think it's really, really great. It's evident by the fact that I do have them on my hand right now. This one retails for £35. It's mismatched because one is bigger than the other. I think it's really cool. Something that I feel like I've spoken about on this channel many times is it's one thing to wear clothes, but you also really need jewelry to take it to another level. Like your accessories play a huge role in how the entire outfit or look turns out. So don't sleep on COS jewelry. Following on quite nicely, we have another COS jewelry piece, which is a necklace. I have seen this in person, and I remember just like walking by in the store, I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. It is a floral necklace that is £75. I feel like I could have even worn it with something like this. Oh, by the way, guys, this is also from COS. It's a really cool shirt. I think it's jersey material, and then it has like the thumbnail. I always say thumbnail, thumb hole. You guys, I spend so much time on YouTube. Thumb hole detail, which makes it super duper cool. Now we have a cropped cardigan in wool. I really like the red color, but they also have so many beautiful colors. I believe this retails for about £85, and I just think it is such an essential to have a great cardigan for the spring season. Like some days it's not hot, it's not cold, but it's a bit cool, so somewhat in between. You don't want to be, you know, looking really good and then you're now shivering. So getting a really good high quality cardigan is a must, and I feel like this is where COS does really, really well. So get it in a myriad of colors if you wish, or get it in a color that kind of makes everything pop. I really like the red. I also really like the green, but of course you can choose the one that floats your boat. Next, we have a pair of trousers. These are wide leg trousers. I remember seeing this and I thought, oh my gosh, these are so stunning. These retail for £95, and it's in the color light beige. Now I think the light beige is so beautiful. I also feel like it might be a bit of like a, is it like an elastic band? So it's not like a zip closure detail. I don't know how that will work, but I feel like that might make the jean a little bit more comfortable. But I really like these trousers. I thought that they were so beautiful, and the color palette is literally perfect for the spring. Very chic. I don't really have any other thing to say beyond the fact that it's super lovely. It is in my wish list in COS right now, so definitely one that may be worth picking up. Now, last but not least, we have a pair of shoes which are suede ballet flats, and they retail for £115. Now, the reason I chose this is because of the color, but also because of the cut. Now, I don't know if you've seen the news, but there was this shoe that Chanel came out with a few months ago. I think it was last year. It was a black patent leather ballerina shoe with a tiny CC detail, and it had a very similar cut to this shoe. Now, I don't own this in my collection, and I haven't even seen it in person when I've been at like Selfridges, Harrods, etc. But I did see a lot of people commenting on the shoe and how like elegant it is. I think at first it can be a little bit of like man repellers, but I wonder if this is something that will grow on a person. So this one is very, very tasteful. I feel like it's very chic. It gives me the Row vibes, in my opinion anyways. So if you're someone that has a bit of a minimal style, this could be a shoe that would literally make you super duper happy. So that's it, guys. That is everything. Pretty much like bam, 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 bam. Let me know which one was your favorites. Definitely leave it in the comments below. Let me know if you really like these kind of videos and if you want me to do it for a particular brand. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, for subscribing, for commenting, engaging, for encouraging, and all the people that have literally been following me on my journey on YouTube. I really, really appreciate it. But it's goodbye from now, but I'll see you in a few days' time. Bye, guys.